Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AstralGames Day 4. Today, if it works, there it is, I will be playing Hearthstone. That is not showing up on screen. Oh, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Again, a technical difficulty. Here, I'll put it on the screen. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome officially now to AstralGames Day 4, Hearthstone. I will be playing this game. I have been playing it for some time already, so I do have a few games under my belt to say. There we go. And ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I'll show you, to start off, I'll show you how the game works. I'll explain a bit, showing off one of my decks, explaining a bit how the card system works and everything. And then we'll jump into a game. I think I can explain it better when, well, actually inside the game, but I'll show the basics first. So here we have my Paladin deck. One of the things, this game is set in the Warcraft universe, so you have things like Paladins, Rogues, Mages. For those of you who played World of Warcraft, it's all very familiar, I guess. And each of these classes can do something. As you can see here, as I'm mousing over my Paladin, it says summon a Silverhand Recruit, which is a small creature basically. So it has its basics in Magic the Gathering, which is like you summon creatures and powers to actually does it sound distorted? Wait, I'll check on the sound. It's fine on my end, the sound. For those of you watching. Sorry if my screen flashes and I'm trying to chat. I have to go for Windows for a sec. Okay, so everything's fine. So as I said, each hero has its power it can use, and as said here, it is summoning a small creature. It has like the same mechanics as Magic the Gathering, except for a few notable differences. One of them is that there are no colors in Magic. For those of you who don't know it, you have 4 colors which you can use to summon creatures, and those creatures cost a specific type of mana equal to their color. So you have white creatures that cost white mana, black creatures that cost black mana, so forth. Here you have just a singular thing, mana. And you also do not play lands or play cards to generate that mana. That mana is generated automatically for you as the game goes on. I'm not lagging according to my stream. Anyway, as the game goes on, you get mana. So in turn 1, you have 1 mana. It works like this. On turn 1, you have 1 mana. On turn 2, you have 2 mana. On turn 3, you have 3 mana, and so on and so forth. So you gain mana as the game progresses. And with the mana, you can summon creatures and you can cast spells, which all do different effects. So I'll show you some examples. Blessing of Might is a spell, for example, which gives a minion +3 to attack. While the Argent Protector, for example, is a creature. On creature cards, you can see their mana cost on the top left side. So this Argent Protector would cost 2, for example. And then you see its damage, which is on the bottom left with the sword through it, which is 2 damage. It does 2 damage every time it attacks, and it has 2 life. Another major difference for those of you who know Magic is that damage actually stacks in this game. So it's not like if you defend with a creature that has 3 life and you defend a creature that does 2 damage, it's not like this creature is now destroyed, period. It's this creature is now destroyed and the creature who defended it with 3 life only has 1 life remaining because the other one did 2 damage to it. So life stacks and there is only a single type of mana. That's basically those are basically the biggest differences for those of you who know Magic. And also you have stuff on the card like battle cries that are effects that happen when they get into the game, and yeah, stuff like that. Also there are secrets, like this one for example, which is if you play it, you will get a question mark on your character's portrait, and the player you are playing against will only see that question mark, so you will not know what kind of secret it is, and it only triggers at a certain time or certain period as is indicated by the secret. By the way, chat, keep me updated on the stuff. I'll try to fix it as best as possible if more problems keep cropping up. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can watch my live stream. The link is below the video. Alright, so I'm just going to go in the game. It's a really you have a lot of time to think in the game, so I have a lot of time to explain stuff as it goes on. I think it's better if I just go into a game and show you. So I'll just go into a normal game. The ranking system as it works, as you can see here, is that 25 is the lowest rank and 1 is the highest rank, and you climb up actually. So you start at rank 25, everyone starts at rank 25. Every time you win you get a star, and if you get the amount of stars that it requires for you to rank up, you rank to rank 24, then you get more stars for each win, and for each loss you lose a star. So that's how the ranking system works. Then I'll just start up a game and talk you guys through it. I think that's the best way to explain how everything that's going on. It's also really fun that this game has like interactive arenas where you can do stuff while waiting for your opponent to play his card or anything. It's really fun. There are like crystals you can knock out of statues and waterfalls that you can make rainbows with, and it's really cool. So we're playing against the priest, and now you can see that I get 3 cards. This will be my starting hand, and at the beginning of the game I can choose whether or not I want to throw away the cards. Obviously you can only do this one time. It's not like Magic where you can continually do this, getting one less card each time. You can only do this one time. I like my starting hand. They're low cost mana. 3 is a low cost thing. And yeah, it's just creatures. This deck is built around creatures, so I really like it and I'm going to confirm it. To show something of the interactivity of this arena, for example, I could close this gate if I want, by clicking on it, and then it closes. Here you see I have 1 mana, and since there's nothing I can do with that 1 mana, I'll just end my turn. That's usually how the first turn goes, unless you have a deck that relies on many 1 mana creatures that you can just drop down.
Is someone injured?
Like this one, for example. This is a 1/3 that actually says whenever you heal a minion, you can draw a card. And since he's a priest, his hero power is that he can heal. Now, hero powers is something I briefly touched on already, but it's basically that each hero, each class has a different power. It always costs 2 mana and it does different things. For me, I can summon a Silverhand Recruit, which I'm going to do because that's the only thing I can do. And as you can see, I've just summoned a 1/1 Silverhand Recruit. I couldn't play this one because I didn't have something on the board. A minion is someone on the board to actually summon it on.
Someone injured?
So the coin we just used, which is this one, is that if you go second, you get a coin to catch up on the mana that you lose by going second, and you can play it every time you want. So he basically destroyed my 1/1 and then healed his priest, which allowed him to draw a card. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove one of his priests by playing this one. And the Wolf Rider, as you can see, has charge on it. Normally if you summon a creature, it has Summoning Sickness, for those of you that know Magic. Basically it says it can't do anything on its turn. This creature, however, has charge on its card, which allows it to act immediately on the turn it is summoned. So now I can remove one of these, because one of those has 3 life and 1 attack, and my guy had 3 attack and 1 life. Basically you have to immediately remove these things, because otherwise he can keep on healing it and he can keep on drawing cards. Here, by the way, you can see the life total of your hero. Now this one has Taunt on him, which basically means I have to attack this minion with minions before I can attack him. So to win you have to remove his 30 life, and to do that you have to attack his portrait with minions. Taunt creatures actually stop that from happening by needing you to attack that creature first before attacking the hero. Here I have a spell that says deal 3 damage and then draw a card. It is exactly the mana that I have, and with it I can remove this taunt creature, so it no longer bothers us. And after that I draw a card, which is always a good thing. This card always intrigues me. It basically says, for 1 mana, you can get a card of your enemy. And this is the super version that says you can get 2 cards for 3 mana. So 2 cards of your enemy into your hand, which is really cool. Since I need some creatures on the board because I don't have any board presence, I'm going to play this one, which basically says summon this creature, and you also summon a 1/1 board. Battle Cry, it says Battle Cry if a card does something when it goes on the board. So this goes on the board, and then his battle cry goes up, summoning a 1/1/4 on the board. Now I have 2 more mana left, and I'm going to do something funky. Yeah, I'm going to summon this one, which gives a friendly minion Divine Shield when it summons. And Divine Shield, the bubble from Warcraft, basically says the next time damage is dealt to this minion, it is negated. So it basically can take 1 extra hit. Unless it immediately destroys the minion, which is this card. If you would have played Holy Smite on the Divine Shield guy, then it would not have mattered. This was actually pretty smart by him. So once again, I think I'm just going to remove this priest, because I don't want him to keep drawing cards every time he hits. And I have enough mana left for my hero power, which gets me a 1/1 guy for practically free. Well, it's 2 mana, but what else could I do with 2 mana, having no 2 mana cards in my hand? And no creatures on the board to cast this one.
Attend me. Ready, sir.
Greetings.
Well met.
Thank you.
So basically, you have emotes, as you can see here.
The light shall burn you.
And he's taunting you.
Let me think.
I'm going to... put some more threats on the board. I'm going to play this one, which is a 3/5, which he has to get past because it's a taunt, so he has to attack it with either his 4/4 or spend a spell to negate its effect, and then put this one just to get more creatures on the board. And since this attacking this one doesn't do well, yeah, I'm going to attack this one, basically because now he has 3 life left, which means he either spends 2 mana to heal it,
we must cleanse the Sunwell,
or spend a card. Alright. Now that's pretty smart. But now next turn, he has less life and I can play Consecrate, which basically clears his board. Yeah, it's really... I agree, Nitro Chris. It's really... Nitro-Riss, sorry. It's really mechanically sound game indeed. So I basically just cleared his board, just to be clear of any threat, and 3 creatures for 1 card is always a good trade. And once again, to get more bodies on the board, I'm going to summon this, because Battle Cry, you summon another creature. As you can see here, they have Summoning Sickness, or they sleep, and they can't act this turn. I agree, Nitrous. I'm not much a fan of the Warcraft style either. I really like more realistic type of graphics, but indeed, for a card game like this, it really works. So basically, what he does, a hero usually can't attack, but he had a weapon, which basically gave his hero an attack. And also some life regen when he used it to attack with. So now we're in a bit of a bind, because he has this guy on the board, which is pretty hefty, and this guy on board, and I have nothing to deal with it. I think I'm going... I might be in a bit of a bind here. Indeed. I think I have to go all out and just summon as many creatures as possible.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Reporting for duty.
And then see how he trades. Like I said, I'm not the best player around, but I'm not the worst either, so.
Tastingo! Yes!
Let's see what he does with this conundrum. He silences this minion. Silence is basically an effect that says all text on the card is crossed out, as you can see here. So the shield she had and everything is crossed out. So I could go for this again, but I'm not sure how much good that will do.
I wonder.
I might just go for... Well, more creatures is always a good play.
Reporting for duty.
I think I'm going with this. And then... this to clear that. This to clear
The battle!
the taunter, so I can get through with my other creatures. I'm not sure how much of a threat this one is because he already used his battle cry. I can't kill this one, so I'm just going for the fix. And the card basically chose me. This is a card that says at the start of your turn deal damage to a random enemy and chose me. Alright, so this dragon has spell damage +1, which has each spell that he casts just does 1 more damage. Very basic. So like his Holy Smite thing that he casted, which did 2 damage, now does 3, and stuff like that. I can't clear his board with this one. This is a really toughie. I might just lose my first game on stream.
Let me think.
I have to do this because I can
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
increases.
The battle!
I think this was the best trade I could have hoped for. It's basic if you look at the cards indeed. Oh, damn. It's basic if you look at the cards indeed. You do have gold cards, which are like a sort of uber cards that have like nice animations and stuff as you play them and as they're on the board. But other than that, it's basic, but I think it's... yeah, this is a good game. Most definitely. Well, on to the next. I think it's cool in its simplicity. So as you can see, I'm losing a star here, unfortunately. And your characters level up, and as you level up you gain more cards. How to gain more cards? You basically can buy them with gold, which you gain by winning games and completing quests. As with World of Warcraft, you have quests in this game, which you can see down here. And yeah, each quest refreshes as you complete it. So if I would have won this game with my paladin, then this one would complete. I would get 40 gold, and it would get refreshed. So that's basically how you gain gold, and each pack is 100 gold, or yeah, well, you can only buy one pack with 100 gold, and you can buy 2 packs for like real money. That's how the game works. That's how they get their money, basically. So yeah, I'll have time for one more before we head to the first break. I'll do just one more Paladin game, and then after the break, maybe you guys can decide. Wait, I'll show you the classes before we go into that. So maybe you guys can decide what class you would like to see. For example, you have Warrior, which basically gets armor. A Shaman, a Rogue, a Druid, a Hunter, a Paladin, a Warlock, a Mage, or a Priest. I'll just, after the break, we'll see what you guys, if there is a preference for a particular class that you would like me to play. And then I'll play that class. We'll go through them again after the break, and then we'll just make a deck with the class. So I can talk a bit about deck construction and everything. But it's really simple, as you might imagine. It's a mirror matchup. So Paladin versus a Paladin.
With honor. Justice demands retribution.
Because I'm going second this time, I get an extra card and the coin card. I thought this one wasn't as useful in the early game as I would have hoped, so I'm going to throw it away this time and see what I get. A true silver champion, always. Which was the sword the priest used against me. Basically, it has 4 damage, 2 uses, and it restores health every time I use it. So I'm not going to use the coin for now. Usually it's better if you keep it for like later if you get a really big creature you want to summon. The Knife Juggler. This is one nasty guy. Every time you summon a creature, you deal 1 damage to a randomized enemy. Which is just really nasty. But unfortunately, we can't take him on for now, so we'll just have to deal with it. So he summons a creature and then he takes the damage on me. And he Blessings of Wisdoms it. So basically what I'm going to do is to coin and hammer. I already have 2 hammers in hand, so that would be better to lose one of the hammers. And it would be great to get rid of that effect, because every time he would summon a creature he would hurt me, so. He's reinforcing the Alright, so no real threat on the board as of now. So really I'm just going to put more dudes on the board. So in comes the Race of Van Hunter. Just to get more bodies on the board. And we'll punch him in the face one more time.
The frost wolves stand ready.
Sure, I'll come on Skype during break. So he trades and then gets a 6/6.
I wonder.
How shall we deal with this? I'm just going to see if he takes the bait, and I'm going for this guy, which he needs to kill because he has the taunt thing. So he has to get through with it with his creature before he can get through to me. And I'll give this +3 attack. That's because this guy has 6 life, and this guy now has 6 attack. So if he uses this creature to get through to me, he sacrifices it. We'll see if he takes the bait. Or if he has a card that just completely wipes him out. Paladin has many cards like that. Such as an Eldar Peacekeeper, which basically changes its attack back to 1.
Reporting for duty.
So I really want to get rid of him.
I wonder.
Do I want to sacrifice my creature? Yeah, sure. I'm going to sacrifice my creature to... Well, I wouldn't even have to. I give it Divine Shield, because then it can take the 6 hit. Here you can see Divine Shield at work. It takes the damage and then negates it. This is a really good card because it gains 1 life and 1 attack for each friendly minion on the battlefield, and since this is such a minion-centric deck, it's a really good card for the deck. However, so far I haven't been really lucky with it. Okay, so this is a pretty easy choice. I'm equipping my weapon, which I can use 2 times, which is the 2 that you see on the bottom right. Every time I attack with it, I restore 2 health, so I'm only taking 2 damage this time from this guy and clearing him. And then, as goes with this deck, I'd rather use this one, because if I use this one, I only get 1 creature and leave 1 mana open unused. So this is the better value card for this turn. So that's a big one. It's a really big one.
Let me think.
So again, we're in a bit of a bind here. I
wonder.
I'm just going with the souped up defender for this
You
one.
must cleanse the Sunwell.
Justice sucks steel. Job's done.
So as you can see, I used my secret, so it has a question mark. I'm not really sure how to deal with this situation, but... yes, he has a lot of cards that devalue my cards, which are really bad. Again, well, which are really good against this deck, I should say. So again, you could deal 4 damage, but Exactly. What you said. They're putting me in a bit of a bind here now that I'm live. It was going so well beforehand. Well, I think no matter what I do here, it's a bit... Yeah, I'm probably dead anyway.
Push forward.
Now you can probably see the secret in action. And I'm dead. Well, that was it for the first two games, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it, even though they didn't go so well. I'm definitely going to try a different deck next time. I'm going on a break now. Let me know if there's any class in particular you want to see play out. So, see you in a bit, about 3 to 4 minutes, and then, yeah, let me know which class you want me to play, if any. And I'll be back.